Hello and welcome back to Pittsburgh Transit Ideas. I'm Mike Zapato. Before we move on to night buses, there's one other thing I'd like to point out about through routes. Namely, that they offer the flexibility to be run dynamically and, at least in theory, to be combined and recombined with the granularity of an individual bus run. Now, I wouldn't suggest doing this exactly and changing routes this often, except maybe in the case of an event held outside downtown, as without having an absolutely stellar app or bus information screens, which Pittsburgh currently has neither, doing so would likely be pretty confusing to those riding. However, if Pittsburgh Regional Transit is willing to use 2 numbers on a bus route instead of 1 when it's a through route, they could mix and match through routes to drastically improve the number of single-seat rides that are available to people in the Pittsburgh region. Take, for instance, the previously mentioned example of the 1251. This would be a good route in and of itself in that it would give riders an easy ride between the South Hills and the North Hills without a transfer. But there's something else PRT could do here that still reduces turnarounds downtown. Instead of matching the 51 with just one other route, PRT could match the 51 with 3 other routes. As it stands, the 51 runs about 3 times per hour. So in our new setup, the first run each hour could be, for instance, a 2951, giving riders a single-seat ride between the South Hills and the West End and Robinson. Then, the second run each hour could be a 151, giving riders a single-seat ride between the South Hills and the Allegheny Valley. Then, the final run each hour could be that 1251, giving riders the single-seat ride between the South Hills and North Hills. When the next hour comes up, we now once again return to the 2951 and repeat the cycle over. That way, someone taking the 51 route knows that they can always take the 51 to downtown and can do so several times per hour, but they could also take a single-seat ride to each of the other cardinal directions in the region once per hour. Pittsburgh Regional Transit should be wise to note here that the more convenient options a rider has to take transit directly to their final destination, the more likely they are to use transit as opposed to driving or taking a cab. Thus, by expanding the number of destinations a rider can get to without a transfer, we'll have more transit riders and thus more revenue for the PRT. PRT should pursue through routes not only because they reduce traffic and add single-seat rides, but because they also kick off a positive feedback loop that leads to more ridership for the agency and thus more resources to expand transit options even further. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to see these ideas put into practice, please share this video as widely as you can and like and subscribe to get it out to more people. Please click on the link in the description or at the top of the channel page to suggest these ideas to Pittsburgh Regional Transit. And if you have any ideas of your own for how to improve the transit network in Pittsburgh, please leave them in the comments below or send an email to pittsburghtransitideas@gmail.com. If I like it, maybe I'll make a video about it. I'll see you soon with my next idea, night buses. Thank you.